They looted our land. They stole our future. For generations, foreign hands took what was not theirs, leaving scars on our soil and in our hearts. But now, Africa fights back. Across the continent, a new spirit rises, one of unity, pride, and determination. Burkina Faso has seized its gold, not just to enrich its people, but to reclaim its soul. This is more than economics. It's about dignity and identity. For centuries, Africa's riches built empires elsewhere, while its own people remained impoverished. The legacy of exploitation is deep, but it is not unbreakable. Today, a new chapter is being written by Africans themselves. Young minds and bold leaders are shaping a future defined by hope and ambition. In Burkina Faso, a quiet revolution is underway, fought with policy, law, and a belief in self-determination. Change is happening not with weapons, but with wisdom and resolve. The government's bold move to control its gold is a direct challenge to the old system. It's a declaration that the nation's destiny will be shaped at home, not abroad. This act resonates across Africa, signaling a refusal to let the continent's wealth be siphoned away. It inspires others to demand justice and fairness. It's not just economic policy, it's a statement of sovereignty. It's a promise to future generations that their heritage will be protected. The gold, once a symbol of exploitation, is now a tool for building schools, hospitals, and a future for Burkinabe citizens. It is being transformed into opportunity and hope. This is the reclamation of a narrative. Africa's story is shifting from dependency to resilience and agency. The world is witnessing a continent rewriting its destiny. Burkina Faso's stand declares the era of plunder is over. African empowerment has begun. The chains of the past are being broken, one bold step at a time. The world is watching as a nation reclaims its independence. Burkina Faso's courage is sparking conversations far beyond its borders. The continent's greatest resource is not its minerals, but the unbreakable spirit of its people. That spirit, once suppressed, now shines brighter than gold. To understand Burkina Faso's actions today, we need to look deeper into the forces that have shaped its destiny. We must revisit the shadows of colonial history, where the seeds of present-day struggles were first sown. French colonialism in West Africa was always about resources, especially gold, which gleamed as a symbol of power and control. The French built a system to funnel Africa's wealth to Paris, leaving local economies restructured for foreign benefit and local people with little say over their own resources. Gold was shipped to France, enriching it, while African hands remained empty and the promise of prosperity for locals was never fulfilled. Even after independence, economic chains persisted. French companies dominated mining, and profits still flowed out, leaving Burkina Faso with little more than scars and lost opportunity. Environmental damage and poverty remained for those living atop the gold, as the land was stripped and communities were left behind. Burkina Faso's recent actions are a direct response to over a century of economic injustice and exploitation, a call to reclaim what was lost. The government's move to reclaim its gold is an attempt to finally break the colonial model of dependency and assert true sovereignty. It's about reversing history, ensuring Burkinabe wealth builds the Burkinabe nation, and that future generations benefit from their own land. This is a fight against the ghosts of the past, a struggle to break free from the chains of exploitation. It's a struggle to dismantle a system never meant to benefit Africa and to finally claim a future shaped by Burkinabe hands. The CFA franc, created by France in 1945, remains a tool of post-colonial control. Pegged to the euro and once requiring African nations to deposit reserves in France, it limited monetary sovereignty. For decades, Africa's money financed France, not African development. Burkina Faso and others couldn't control their own reserves or use monetary policy freely. The CFA franc system perpetuated the legacy of colonial extraction, even as nations tried to reclaim their resources. True economic independence, activists argue, means breaking free from these monetary chains. Change accelerated with Captain Ibrahim Traoré's rise in 2022. Inspired by Pan-Africanist ideals, his government targeted the gold sector for reform. They suspended gold exports from artisanal mines to stop smuggling and began reviewing unfair mining contracts. New laws strengthened state control, and plans for a state-owned gold refinery were launched. Refining gold at home means more value, skilled jobs, and national revenue. Securing mining sites also became a matter of national security, cutting off funding for insurgents. Traoré's strategy, legal reform, political will, and military resolve to ensure Burkina Faso's gold serves its people. Gold now stands for more than just wealth. It's a powerful symbol of dignity, sovereignty, and the enduring spirit of Africa. It represents the dreams and aspirations of millions who seek to reclaim their rightful place in the world. For generations, gold leaving Africa meant powerlessness and exploitation. Reclaiming it today means rewriting the narrative and restoring agency to African nations. Burkina Faso's bold actions challenge the global power structure, demanding a fair share for Africans, and inspiring others across the continent to do the same. Building a national refinery is a declaration to the world. Africa can manage its own resources, from mine to market, and shape its own economic future. This challenges old, paternalistic notions and proves Africa's technical and economic capability, showing that progress is driven by local expertise and vision. Reclaiming gold restores national pride, transforming a symbol of plunder into one of prosperity, unity, and hope for future generations. When new schools and hospitals are funded by Burkinabe gold, it builds collective ownership and a sense of shared destiny among the people. This is how a nation's soul is healed, through unity, pride, and the power to shape its own story. Gold becomes proof of a nation's ability to determine its own destiny, standing as a beacon of hope and self-determination for all. Burkina Faso's defiance is part of a wider movement across the Sahel. In Mali and Niger, similar anti-French, anti-imperialist sentiments have led to political shifts and new alliances. The Alliance of Sahel States signals a new era of regional solidarity, military and economic. Leaders discuss deeper integration, new trade routes, and even a new currency. The reclamation of gold is a key battle in the broader war for economic independence. If Burkina Faso succeeds, it sets a blueprint for neighbors to reclaim their own resources. The Sahel is declaring no more playground for foreign interests. This is African renewal. Despite the significance, global media has been largely silent on Burkina Faso's golden revolution. Stories of African agency don't fit the usual narrative of conflict and poverty. This silence reflects a reluctance to challenge the global economic order. But grassroots networks, social media, blogs, diaspora communities are amplifying the story. On the ground, popular support is strong. Citizens see gold reclamation as a personal and national victory. Rallies and demonstrations show genuine belief in a better future. This revolution, though ignored by many, is deeply felt by Africans. What's happening in Burkina Faso is more than a rebellion. It's a renaissance. Africans are rebuilding, reimagining, and reclaiming a future once stolen. This movement is led by a new generation demanding justice and control of their resources. They reject dependency and ask, why are we still poor, despite our wealth? The answer, a system that must be rebuilt on fairness and respect. The path is hard, but unity among Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger is their strength. This is not just resistance. It's a new beginning. Burkina Faso's gold is memory, meaning, and hope. This is Insight Africa, where liberation begins.